and welcome to my channel. The topic of the day is nostalgia. Why nostalgia, you might ask? Well, I've been feeling pretty nostalgic lately, and all these dolls you see here are a pretty good indicator of that. Yes, I was bad. This past summer, I was very bad because my nostalgia for the Barbies of yesteryear reached a fever pitch. And so, what you'll be seeing here is a few, perhaps several, kinda sorta impulse purchases. Though at the same time, not entirely impulse because some of these dolls I have been eyeing on and off through the years. But when the nostalgia suddenly crashes into you like a wave and an online secondhand marketplace like Mercari sucks you in once more, that can be a very dangerous combination. So yes, all throughout June, these dolls were arriving in all kinds of random different bundles. Take Becky for instance. She came along with a second-hand Rainbow High Halle Capri and together, they were $20 at most. And I've noticed for a while now that Becky is so adorable, so pretty, has such a cool vibe, and this was the perfect chance for me to get her for a very good deal. I had to take a moment to point out her bag though. This pleather material is legit the stuff of nightmares, but it is at the stage where it can still be salvaged. But it is cracked, it's starting to flake. Use fabric glue and apply it generously to cover all surfaces. Now, when I speak about nostalgia, I also speak about dolls like this. And you know, for all their perks, modern Barbies lack what this doll has. You see this face? It's like pure perfection. It might sound strange or unusual to say this about dolls, but all these old vintage girls that I got have a spark in their eye. You see that spark? That is something that modern Barbies just fail to capture. It might be the pixelated faces to blame, and of course, that's something that I just can't even. And of course, to each their own, they have their perks, but they still come off as low effort compared to these older dolls. So there's definitely a nostalgia for this older type of quality. And here we've got one of the original generation girls, wearing undoubtedly a very cool outfit. I have no idea where this is from. Kinda looks like it could be my scene, very stylish and fashion forward, but I'm telling you, that dress gave me a few issues. But let's admit it, that jacket feels so Y2K. It has to be the stripes, like dripping with Y2K vibes. And this is not even her stock outfit, but it actually suits her very well. No complaints here. Her necklace, however, I do believe is stock, and it is so very adorable, like modern Barbie accessories would never have real beads. And I also realized that she actually looks so much cuter in person. Like I've seen her in a lot of different photos online, especially on secondhand marketplaces, and on there, her face just never really did it for me. I didn't really find her that appealing and interesting. But in person, she actually has like a very sweet girl next door kind of vibe. It's really nice. These boots are also pretty cool. They have some chunkiness going on and they do complement the outfit quite well. So yeah, overall, I think she's a pretty nice find. Originally though, a big reason that I bought this bundle with the two dolls was because of this girl right here. Her face with those big, soulful amber eyes and that adorable, charming, sweet, freckly smile just drew me right in. And yes, her head might be a tad wobbly, but her entire aura just screams autumn. To be honest, initially I had absolutely no idea who this was. I thought this was like some kind of Barbie. So imagine my surprise when I actually found out through some digging that she's from that little Teen Skipper line from the mid-90s. All of which means that I actually still have her original Teen Skipper counterpart from my very early childhood, and these tender moments document their brief reunion. Honestly though, who would have thought this blonde Skipper doll is like my third ever Barbie that my mom got me when I didn't even care about dolls? Anyway, back to the present. I started inspecting her hair, and this is when I noticed a few problems. Okay, let's be perfectly honest. Her hair obviously does look a tad different from the original ankle length with the braid that you saw in my childhood Teen Skipper doll. And it felt kind of greasy, kind of sticky-ish to the touch. But obviously this comes with the territory of buying dolls secondhand. Though in this case, I suspect that the two girls in the bundle were actually third-hand. So we'll definitely be looking into the best way to fix her up. Now prepare for this ultimate beauty. If you recall, I mentioned earlier that older Barbie dolls have that spark, and this is another fine example. But also, I've always really liked this Y2K Teresa face mold in general. The hair test instills confidence. It's a pass. Really though, I cannot get over how simply spectacularly stunning she is. These bright, high contrast colors on her features are just beautiful. Now this girl was another interesting find, and I also really liked the outfit that she was wearing. Basically, it's a mid-2000s Barbie fashion fever head combined with a made-to-move body, courtesy of the former owner. And I do remember seeing her as a kid and thinking she was quite pretty, and even then, I could appreciate the gold glitter eyeshadow. It was fun. But on her non-made-to-move body, she also had a gold glitter bodice. Basically permanent glitter bodice, and to me that just always seemed kinda limiting. But really, I have developed a taste for these kinds of juxtaposed, made-to-move creations. Like a pretty older Barbie head combined with a made-to-move body, and it's already all in one package, pre-made for you. Very convenient. I don't have to worry about skin tone matches, hunting down the right made-to-move body. It's really a perfect win-win situation. For real, it's a great way to acquire some older dolls, but with a brand new life in them. However, upon further inspection, I did run into a slight issue which I believe is good to be aware of. Despite all the pros I just listed, you certainly can't control how carefully other people rebody their dolls. And here we have the last girl of the day. She came in a bundle where she was the only doll, along with an old Mycene scooter from the early 2000s. And would you look at her, she is just lovely. Definitely not her stock outfit, so the skirt is a bit of a tight fit. And I'm pretty sure she's been bitten more than a few times maybe. But yeah, we're not gonna focus on that. Actually, I hope to maybe rebody her anyway. It doesn't really matter. Regardless, I was kinda keeping my eyes peeled for this little lady. Ever since I saw a random Reddit post with this doll as the subject, she would always be in the back of my mind, and for good reason. I mean, look at how unique her features are. And here I had just noticed that the peachy hue of her lipstick totally matches those strawberries on her shirt. But anyway, I don't think I have ever seen a doll with such brilliant green eyes. Her features are truly striking. I am just blown away. And that black hair adds such a gorgeous contrast to top it all off. So really, I'm sure now you can see why she was living rent-free in my head for months. And last but not least, we've got a little bit of secondhand fashion. Now all of this is completely modern Barbie fashion, like this fancy layered iridescent dress and the cloud print top, both of which are from one of those Barbie extra dolls, plus a pair of nice basic tights, which trust me, can absolutely never hurt when it comes to dressing dolls. And actually, I gotta say, I'm kind of a fan of a lot of these Barbie extra doll outfits. I know they've received quite a bit of criticism, but personally, I am very much into the interplay of all kinds of different colors, patterns, textures, designs. Yeah, like anything, everything, put it all together, everything goes. Maximalist vibes all the way. Yeah, like honestly, I don't know if that purse was broken or not, but whatever. I will say though, in terms of like modern Barbie accessories, and I know I have said this before, but like look at this. Do you see like that white necklace? That is not like, no, that is not legit. Nope, nope, nope. Like these are sad. They require paints, puff paints, rhinestones, I don't know, you name it. Anyway, for this final segment, if you are sensitive to doll nudity, I advise you to please look away because as soon as I got finished filming, I could not wait to put all these girls into a bath. And with that, we are rounding things up. If you've stuck around this far, thank you so much for watching and we'll see you next time. Bye!